Hey y'all, it's been a little bit since I posted a video about seizures, non-epileptic seizures, and I feel like I wanted to take some people on my journey with me of what's next. So to be honest, I kind of got into this content place. I'm just diving right in here, right? Who has time to listen to some weird introduction? To be honest, I got to this content place where I was like, I'm not going to let these seizures beat me. I'm not going to let them control my life. I'm not going to let them affect my family's life. We went through so much this last year that alone had nothing to do with seizures that I'm like, I can't focus on them. So to be honest, now that things in life have calmed down a little bit, I found this new place in me that's like, I'm not okay with just going, well, I hope one day they go away. Right? I still pray for them. I'm praying for them to go away. I'm praying to be healed. I'm believing I will be wholeheartedly. But I do think sometimes there's areas that you have to take things into your own hands, right? Like your health and things like that. And so there's a couple things I wanted to hit on. One, I have just started it's not even a fitness journey. It has nothing to do with fitness right now. It's a health journey where I am learning how to eat appropriately to my body, and my husband and I are going through this together. He's very supportive of it. I have had times where I have tried to work out and strengthen my body and hope that that will help, but normally exercising triggers a seizure. Now, a little recap super quick. Mine are non-epileptic. There was a moment that they thought they could be epileptic based on part of an EEG when I was sleeping, but then when they saw one in full effect, they said no, it wasn't. So that's when they diagnosed me with P.N.E.S. But they also said, and they bounced around tons of theories of this, that it would be concussion related, that when you get a concussion or when you have multiple concussion like I have, that you can have seizure activity or your eyes can affect it. I have an eye doctor who's been working with me to help with the headaches, and he thinks maybe it's the eyes and the head that are causing the seizures and not the actual, obviously it's not epilepsy, but I think you get what I'm saying. So there's still a ton of things in the air, and I stopped going to see neurologists because I lost my insurance when I stopped working. It is on my list to get back into one soon because I have a lot of questions that I don't know if they're normal or not, things that happen. So anyway, I'll share another video about what those little things are so I can see if anybody else can relate and wondering, is this normal, is this not normal? I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to say at all, and I haven't been to one recently, so I'm definitely not going to say. But what I do know is that when trying to work out to be healthier was actually causing seizures sometime, I felt really discouraged, and I felt really like, how do I take this into my own hands? I'm not going back to the doctor, but I'm not going to continue to do something that's causing a seizure when I have them about 2 to 3 times a week now. Mainly in the morning is the routine, but if I work out, I have another one. It's just like, I'm not going to do it. And so, and the little thing, and again, I'll share about this in another video, but it's the up and down motion that tends to cause it a lot. So if I'm doing any floor work and then I get up, or, if I'm up and then I have to get down, that's where it normally instantly causes a seizure. I don't know why. y'all know, I don't know why. So I avoid that type of motion a lot. If I move too quickly, still occasionally it's like that. So I started feeling like they were getting better actually because I've been wearing 2 different types of glasses, and that has drastically helped with the headaches. And then that's what got them to go down to about 2 to 3 times a week instead of like the 4, sometimes 5 before. So I'm really thankful for that, and there's clearly something to it. But lately, the biggest thing I've noticed is that when I don't get sleep, they increase. And I have not been able to get solid sleep lately. We're trying all these different things to help short of medication because I just don't want to be on medication. I'm trying to get my body healthy, and but I need sleep. And so honestly, it has been a while since I had an episode that left me pretty confused. and it also has been a while since I've had an episode that left me with vomiting afterwards. And in the last week, I've actually had 2 seizures during the day that right afterwards I get sick to my stomach. And it's been a while since that. And so all of this to say, this little backstory here, I don't know if you guys have followed my story at all, or if you're just someone who has P.N.E.S, or if you know someone who has. If you know someone who has, please support them. It's confusing enough to be the one going through it, and I know it's confusing to be the one supporting, but it's so crucial to have your support. Side note. So with all of that being said, I had gotten content, and then they started getting less, and then recently I've had bad ones again. I'm like, what can I do to take this into my own hands? And so I am working on having insurance again soon so that I can go to the doctor. I do believe it's important. I really do. But I also understand when you don't have the option as easily without insurance, that it's hard. It is really, really hard. And I have shared my past experiences where a neurologist said, well, it's not epileptic. If you don't want to be on medication, bye. They've just kind of kicked me out. So I do have a goal of going back to the doctor so I can ask some of these questions, because y'all, I want to be healthy. I don't want this to be something I have to worry about anymore. And although I've become really good at masking it, and I've become really good at making sure that everyone's not aware when I have one, or that it doesn't affect, my husband or my stepson, like, it still bothers me, and it's still that same feeling after I get them, and it affects me the rest of the day. And so I'm like, I do not want this to go back to having more. They need to keep decreasing. So I'm looking into more information, and I'm doing more research, and it's like, there's so many different things you can read on it. But what I've decided to do is start like a nutrition plan, like I said in the beginning, that is eating in a way that is best for my body. We have a health coach now to kind of help with that. So I'm on day 4, and let me just tell you, really, I just want a cookie right now. Like, that's the biggest thing, is I just want a cookie. I'm not to the point where I'm going to start doing fitness again yet, because I want to try to get my body as naturally healthy first, and I need to find out some way to get fitness in that doesn't trigger a seizure. And so if someone has advice for that, please share. And if I find something, I will share, because I know I can't be the only one. I know I'm not the only one, right? I know it. So I'm starting this journey, and I just wanted to let you guys in on it and let you know that I will share. I'm hoping I have results. I'm hoping that the more my body is healthy, that the more the seizures are less and less. But y'all, this isn't even just about the seizures. It's like, I don't want them anymore. I don't want things holding me back anymore. We have a beautiful son. He's my stepson. He's my son. I'm full-time mama to him. But we want to expand our family. We want to grow our family. I want to have a baby. And so, God willing. And so I have to start taking the steps to becoming healthier. And it's not just physically and with nutrition. It's mentally, it's emotionally. But the thing that gets me down emotionally now is the fact that I can't control the seizures. You know what I mean? And that's the catch-22 with non-epileptic seizures, is a lot of times they say that they can be emotional-based, they can be trauma-based, they can be stress-based, they can be similar to a conversion disorder kind of thing. And with me, they said I didn't fit the bill with that, but it's like, hey, try to avoid stress so you don't cause them, but then you're having these things that people don't understand. And if you're anything like me, you try to hide from other people because you just don't want it impacting other people. And then it causes more stress because you can't control them. And so it's hard. There has to be a way. There has to be a way. And so I just figured everything that I try, I'm going to share. Because even if ultimately it doesn't work for me, maybe it will work for you. Now, granted, I'm not going to share the details of the nutrition and things like that, because that's something that really you should have a health coach or a doctor consult with, especially if you're on medication as well. So really, this is just me sharing my journey. And I wanted to encourage you guys that, like, I know the feeling of you've had these happening. And yes, they've become less. And yes, you've moved on with normal life. And everybody else has moved on with normal life. It'll be 2 years in May since I had my first seizure. Everyone moves on with normal life. And you just want to be a part of that. You just want to be a part of moving on with normal life. And you make it to where you can be a part with them, but a part of you doesn't feel like it. A part of you still feels stuck. And a part of you, if you're like me, I should be saying a part of me feels like I can't let go and fully live again yet. And I don't know yet if that's a mindset issue or physical issue. I'm determined to find out, though. I'm determined to figure it out. I'm not just going to sit and content with acting like it's fine, or when I have one first thing in the morning, trying to make sure that no one knows, or trying to, and it would be fine. I've got great support around me now, so if they know, it's fine. But it's something in me that's like, I don't want this to disrupt our normal life. And so I'm just done with that. I don't want to have to keep doing that. I don't want to have to keep waking up and laying there for a while and then sitting up slowly and then going to the bathroom and wondering, am I going to have a seizure right now? Am I going to get a little confused? And then having to try to act like it didn't happen. I don't want to do it anymore. Instead, I just want to figure out how I can be the healthiest version of me and then see what happens. And from there, hopefully, I'll get answers. From there, hopefully, I'll get in a space where I can go back to the doctor. Or from there, who knows? God willing, maybe if I get my body healthy, we'll just kick the seizures out. But I just want to let y'all know that's where I'm at. And I want to let you know you're not alone. Especially if you've continued to have this for a while, and they're not completely gone, or they still affect you a decent amount. Just because other people have tried to kind of forget that you have them, or it feels like they forgot that you have them, or it feels like sometimes you want to be like, y'all, I still struggle with this. Did y'all forget I still struggle with this? You're not alone in feeling that, and it's okay. And I think it's a perfect time to reach out to other people who do still struggle with it. Because at the end of the day, I don't want my family thinking, oh, she still struggles with seizures. I don't want them thinking about that. I don't want them having to check on me. I don't want them to know, man, like, what do we do? Do we stop because she might still be struggling with something, or do we continue to try to move on with our lives? Like, I want it to be as normal as possible. But there is a part of me that's like, I guess if I'm being honest, there's a part of me that feels like I'm still struggling with this alone. And it's not true. I'm not alone. The part of me that feels like I'm still struggling with it, it just feels lonely. And so I'm going to reach out. I'm going to be real. I'm going to reach out with y'all. And I hope that y'all will reach out with me if you're feeling lonely too. And I think we should recognize that it's okay as long as we don't get stuck there. So I will share any updates I get. Like I said, it's day 4, and so far all I'm doing is peeing all the time because I'm drinking so much water that I hate. Too much information, sorry. And I just want to stuff my face with cookies, like a whole box of cookies. I just want to stuff them in my face. So far, that's the only update. But I will continue to share updates, I promise. And then also on the emotional side of the journey as well of this year, I'm focusing on health. I'm getting back to focusing on me again. So I love you guys. Anyone who has followed my journey, hello. Thank you for following my journey with this. If you are someone who has just been diagnosed, just know you're not alone. I hope that any of my videos bring some type of encouragement. I hope that this kind of does, or maybe it lights a fire in you to like not be okay with just feeling lonely in it. And I hope that you reach out. All right, y'all have an awesome day and an awesome week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, y'all.